Love it or leave it.
If you're thinking about becoming a mechanic, don't.
.307 Reacts. I'm Matt. That's Chris. On the screen in front of us. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. GFBF is back, and it's been I don't know, decades. A decade?
Yes.
I'm not sure how long.
It's been a while.
I have a drum cover to a GFBF song over on my personal page. Look up Matt Greenlee on YouTube. You'll see my ugly mug in my picture, and you can check out my GFBF drum cover. Tom actually commented on it, so I'm pretty proud of that. Anyways, this one is We Ain't Cowboys. It's Tom McDonald and Nova Rockefeller. And yes, before you get in the comments and say they released a new music video last Friday. I guess by the time this one comes out, it'll be last Friday. We're probably
on the list.
We're in the process of reacting to that probably as you're watching this one. So it's coming. Just keep an eye out. It'll probably be this following week or this week sometime, whenever that happens next week, whatever. So anyways, in the meantime, we're gonna check this one out. Heard a lot of good things in the comments or like in other people's comments about this one too. I have no idea what to expect. I haven't heard a single note from this. I've just seen their little promos on Instagram. So
that's all I've seen.
So if you're along for the ride, should we get into it?
Let's get it.
Like, comment, subscribe. ASMR. Here we go.
Yes.
Mama, we ain't cowboys, we just brought the wild, wild west back.
One day my grandbabies will ask me how the West was won. Sweat and sweat, bleeding blood and Stetsons with our pistols drawn.
Smith & Wesson, trigger fingers pressing, sending men to heaven. Poured all out the whiskey, now it's steady hands to hold the weapon.
Two desperados, everywhere we go, enemies follow. Our faces hung on posters, coast to Colorado.
That's his sister, Tom's sister.
Swinging if there's beef until they teeth gone. Right into the night singing our theme song.
Just a couple kids screwed up, couple rebels to the core. Middle fingers in the air and the pedal to the floor, singing ooh, 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 ooh. Just a couple bridges we burned, I don't think we'll ever learn. Every scar that we got was a trophy we earned, singing
That's so big.
That is
it Nick the actor?
Yeah.
Is it?
was a trophy we earned, singing
It
is,
looks
isn't
a
it?
lot like it,
Yeah,
man.
it does,
I can't
huh?
say 100%, but
We have a story about that. Give us a minute.
Mama, we ain't cowboys, we just like the hats. But meet us on a country road and boy, we'll beat your ass. We ain't riding horses, we ain't living on a ranch. Cause mama, we ain't cowboys, we just brought the wild, wild west back.
They'll paint us as heroes and stories to the kin who'll know of us as legends, not what we did to win.
They can hate it, but we made it hotter than jalapenos. Wanted us dead or alive, it's ride or die with my amigo.
Renegados, out here tossing lassos at a Lambo. The power of 1,000 horses underneath Durango.
Yeehaw, swinging if there's beef until they teeth gone. Right into the night singing our theme song.
just a couple kids screwed up, couple rebels to the core. Middle fingers in the air and the pedal to the floor, singing ooh, 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 ooh. Just a couple bridges we burned, I don't think we'll ever learn.
hell yeah, the lightsabers like that's so dope.
How do you? Okay, I admire the fact that they continually just keep producing songs.
Yeah.
Their studio work has got to be just constant. They constantly have to be in there making beats, making melodies.
I mean, here's the thing. This is their job. This is what they do. Like
you're not wrong. Yeah, that's a good point.
Every day you wake up and
it's
you're
similar
your
to
own
like us
boss.
editing.
Like,
It's like
I
this is
mean-
kind of what we do every day. Like I'm in here since I've been back home. I have spent more time in this room. Maybe a little more time sleeping. I don't know because you sleep, however many hours a night.
Yeah.
But probably maybe an equivalent amount of time in this room as I have as like sleeping in my house. And these are like those are the two main rooms I've spent time in. I'm in here a lot, and I'm not complaining about that. I love it. Like that's why I built this space.
If you would just imagine, right? So you get to quit your daytime job, you produce music for yourself.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
You have a band. You're like, let's
Yep.
get together, do our thing. That's your full-time job. Like,
Dude, that would be
Bro,
that's the dream right there.
Even if you put out a song a week.
Yeah, and
I
that's
mean-
what I was gonna say. It seems like every week, almost Tom and Nova or Tom or Nova is putting out music.
Which I'm sure they record more than that in a week.
Oh, I'm
But,
sure. Yeah.
I mean, even if you did that a week, I mean, that's a pretty easy week of work. You know what I mean?
I just try and think of it from like a creative aspect and like having to come up with a new song once a week.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty creative and I can do stuff, but at a certain point I would be afraid of things sounding too similar or like overlapping. And they, as far as I'm concerned, they don't really ever have that problem. Everything sounds like this is unlike anything I've heard, especially from the GFBF side of things. Like this is so much more tame than the last one, the Rejects one that we've listened to.
That was a really good one.
It's amazing. That's the one I have the drum cover to, by the way. But yeah, so it's just I'm just kind of thinking about that. Like they're coming out with a new video this Friday, which would be last Friday for you guys, which will come out on the page again. But then they have this one. Then there was just like Tom. I mean, 2 days after something political happens, Tom's got a new song out.
Oh yeah,
he is so fast on it, dude.
The one assassination attempt on Trump where he got shot at, it was within 24 hours.
It was like the day after it happened.
Like
Tom's got a music video, not only a song, but a music video that goes with it too.
Yeah,
what?
This shit was crazy.
They work so hard on getting their content out, dude. This is and like you said, I guess this is their job, and that makes sense. But it just I'm very impressed with that. So it's just like. From a musician standpoint and a producer standpoint, it's like, man, you really have to be diligent and you have to be at it all the time.
Yeah.
And I admire their work ethic, man. They kill it.
That whole, if I had to write a new song once a week, every week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you think about that, right? You think about that and you're like,
I would feel like if that was my only job.
Right.
And the only thing I had to stress over was I have to get this song out.
Writer's block, basically.
That would happen for sure. But I feel like for the first couple weeks, it would be kind of easy because you're not worried about, tomorrow I got to get to work early and open up because I have a clutch job I got to do and I got to set this up and do this thing.
Yep.
And then you have, all this other shit kind of going on the side. And I'm not saying it's easier to write when that is your job, but when your only stress and your only thing is, I need to write this.
And then promote it.
I mean, you can spend 12 hours in a day just focusing on one song. Yeah, and I'm sure if you spend a full 12, you'll come up with something.
So you're going to get at least something done by the end of that day.
It might not be what you want, but hey, man, you got another 6 days to go.
You got a jumping off point at least. Yeah. And if you come in with that jumping off point in the next 12 hours and work from that, by the end of that second day, usually I would assume like the first day is probably the hardest. Yeah. Then once you get kind of like the creative blocks going on, then you just build on that and it becomes easier and easier when you get towards the end point. And then I would assume that this is a great freeze frame, by the way. I would assume by about the middle point of that process, you've probably got an idea for what you want to do for the music video. Like you said, you've got a concept coming together. So it's kind of like, okay, so once we finish this out, then we can immediately switch to video mode and start working on the video. But again, like they build all their own sets. They do all their own promotion online. They do editing in their promotion. The promo that came out with Nova and him sitting at the dinner table and the phone call.
So funny, dude. So good.
It was amazing and it was like creepy at the same time and like such a good. She turns up to Tom and he's got the black contacts in, like, woo-wee! I'm so excited to watch that video. It's going to be amazing. So I just admire their work ethic. I always have, and I just wanted to point that out. I think it's something worth noticing. They do everything on their own, man.
Sure. Like, here's the thing. If I started off doing this as a job, it would take me one song a week. I'm sure that Tom writes and records at the same time.
Oh, 100%.
Because I know that's how Adam Calhoun rolls. He's like, I show up to the studio with nothing written.
This new band that I'm in, where I'm playing drums in this new band, we've had like small ideas for songs when we first started jamming this summer before I got back in here, and then right when I got back in here, we came in basically with like quarter and half songs, and we're writing them as we go. Like we record in what we have, and then we just work forward from there.
Yeah,
it's
which
so
easy. Seems to be the more efficient way to do it.
It's so easy to have a quarter of a song and then just go, okay, what do we want to do after this? And someone gets an idea for a riff, and then I go, oh, I can play drums to that. Cool. Go to the drum track, boom, walk back there, play out the drums, record the guitar, lay everything together in Scratch, and then come back and start tracking over the top and clean everything up. Yep. It's such an easier way to do things. Thank God for technology. Like,
facts.
I feel for the dudes back in the day that had like. I mean, and there's give and takes. Like back in the day, you had to have real musicians come into the studio. Like, and I'm not saying that the people that are doing it now aren't real musicians, but I'm saying like if you went into a studio back in the day, you had to have your shit together. You had to have it together because like not only are you paying that guy, but like you only get a few chances, man. Most of the time it's like we got to do this in a day, or we got to do if you guys want to put out a single, we're gonna make it happen in a day. That's the way for you guys to spend the least amount of money. And I got other projects and other bookings going on, and I need to get things set up. And it's like you need to be on on your shit.
Yeah.
Luckily now, with technology...
And it's on tape, man. I can only scrub it so many times.
And I can only scrub it so many times, and if we run out of tape, you guys have to buy another reel. That's not on the studio, that's on you guys. And tape reels are not cheap. Yeah, so I appreciate the fact that we live in an era where it's like we can just record little bits at a time and then put everything together, and it still sounds like a cohesive thing, you know.
For sure.
Writing and recording now is the way to go, for as far as I'm concerned. You know, that's just my opinion, but admire their work. Let's go.
To the floor singing, ooh, 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 ooh. Just a couple bridges we burned.
That's so good.
I don't think we'll ever learn. Every
Nobody gets all
scar that
pumped.
we got was a trophy we earned. Singing, ooh, 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 ooh.
Mama, we ain't cowboys, we just like the hats. But meet us on a country road and boy, we'll beat your ass. We ain't riding horses, we ain't living on a ranch. Cause mama, we ain't cowboys, we just brought the wild, wild west back.
You can wear the boots, you don't need a ranch. You can wear your hat real low, do a cowboy dance. You got moves, partner, you're the man. Rocking in your wife beater with your farmer's tan.
Mama, we ain't cowboys, we just like the hats. But meet us on a country road and boy, we'll beat
It is.
Let's talk about
It
this.
is.
Let's talk about this. So, I was watching. I think I was just.
I haven't seen any. Well, the algorithm's weird. Maybe he's been posting this whole time, but I haven't seen anything recent.
So you guys probably all know, but we'll fill in anyone that doesn't. The dude in the center screen here, that is Nick the actor, right?
Yes.
And that was his YouTube handle. I don't know if he's still going by that or what the deal is, but Nick the actor, and he did reactions for a while, didn't he? Was he doing reactions or?
He did reactions. He's also played in like a couple like kind of smaller films and stuff.
Okay. Nick the actor, that makes sense.
I think he was on. Now, if he comes across this, he'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he played a bad guy in like a Netflix. What do they call it? It's like they kind of put the first episode out there to see how it goes.
Oh, like a pilot?
Yeah, like a pilot episode. And I'd been kind of keeping track of like at first when he was like announced this thing, hey, you know, we just wrapped up recording, like we're hoping it'll hit Netflix at this time.
Okay.
I hadn't seen it. But I'm not that diligent when it comes to Netflix anyway, so...
I use Netflix for basically one thing, and that's Trailer Park Boys, and I have a horrible problem with that. I want to watch new things,
Supernatural and The Witcher is about...
like you get on Netflix and you just have your comfort thing, and it's just like, just watch that instead, you know. Hulu is Letterkenny, Bob's Burgers, and Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Dude, I discovered that this summer, and it changed my life forever. Anyways, our good friend Carly Shay, Shay What Now, I think that's her channel name, Shay What Now? Yeah. Her and Nick dated for a little while, and I was scrolling through Instagram the other day, and a video came up with her and her husband doing a reaction to this video, and it's funny because like you watch her, and she's kind of like watching the background dancers, you know, and you can see it kind of hit her. She's watching, and then all of a sudden she's all... And she kind of like, her face turns really red when she realizes what's going on. And then she pauses it and she looks at her husband and she's like, do you know who that is? Does that look familiar? And the husband is kind of, I can't remember, but something along the lines of like, I don't. And she's all, that's my ex. Just dancing in a Tom McDonald video, man. It's crazy. Good for him too. Like that's awesome, dude. It's awesome that he got a hold of him and was able to get this part. Like, I just saw that in my Instagram the other day. And I laughed my ass off. I was like, that is amazing. I
think it's super cool that you know, Carly and her, because Carly's like, you know, kind of give you a peek behind the curtain here a little bit. We used to talk quite often, and you know, she got married and I got married, and we've been busy with, you know, everything that's been going on here. And she's been planning this wedding and just like. So anyway, we haven't been in touch for a minute, but she was like, man, I feel burnt out on reactions. Like I can't bring myself to film them anymore. I don't really like enjoy them like I used to. Like it's just, I need something different. But it's nice to see that her husband has kind of reintroduced a new life to that, where they're coming in together.
Yeah, really cool. Really cool. Like, you get fresh perspectives too. I like that.
I think this works. That's why I think this works. Yep. Like if I did it by myself, I'd probably feel burnt out too. We got
a comment the other day, or I think today, on our driving fails compilation. Some guy said this is kind of like watching those reactors like the cop and the doctor. Only it's like on a much more relatable level with you two. You know, like one person knows a shitload about cars, one person knows a shitload about music and stuff, and like you guys kind of are, you can relate it to everybody.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, I like that.
That was a lot of fun.
It's a good dynamic. I think it works out well for us here. Chris is pretty knowledgeable with this kind of stuff, and he's really good at analyzing lyrics, and I am horrible at that part, but I'm really good at analyzing the music and like what's going on with instruments and recording processes and things like that. I think that works out
Which,
for
by
us.
the way, speaking of the lyrics, I love the kind of overall arcing, like the music video is just hilarious.
Yeah,
as it is.
it's good.
But the kind of overall message is like, we're not cowboys, but like we'll throw down like some.
Yeah, like,
and if you guys haven't lived in Wyoming or Montana, you don't fuck with them. If they give you a little bit of lip in the bar, you just say, "Oh, I'm sorry," and move on.
Yeah, I mean, you
Okay?
can try, but
you're gonna end up a puddle in the parking lot.
they're a
I
lot
guarantee
stronger
it.
than they might seem. You know,
Yes,
even when
facts.
it seems like, oh, he's drunk, he'll be a pushover. It's like, not always, man, not always.
I've seen some skinny ranch hands, man.
That'll
throw down.
that'll
some-
just whip, dude.
And here's the thing: these guys are like rodeo guys. I mean, these guys, you know, they're 125, 130 pounds, soaking wet. Hop off a horse, take a full-grown 1,200, 1,500 pound animal.
Yep.
Grab it by the head and throw it to the ground,
Dude, and
like,
it's these are the same
what?
guys that are farmer carrying bales of hay, one in each hand, from one side of the ranch to the other, you know, and
up
like
a ladder into the
like
hay
yeah,
loft,
dude, like multiple times a day. Like that
Yeah.
shit is it's not
I did
light
bumping
moving.
hay bales one year,
Dude,
dude. Fuck
They
that.
suck, bro. They're heavy.
Yeah.
They're super heavy. It sucks.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I like the message too. It's like, you know, we're not cowboys, but we're also not going to stand down. We're not going to put up with bullshit, you know, like
Yep.
meet us on a dirt road. We'll kick your ass, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Hey, you
might
said-
not be wearing a cowboy hat, but we know a thing or two about some redneck shit, okay?
You said bullshit. It reminded me. If you guys haven't heard, Ian Munsick. I love Ian Munsick.
He's coming to the Ford Wyoming Center. He'll be here in like a couple weeks.
That's it. I looked at tickets.
Oh yeah, we're not going to that one.
We're not going to that one. He's a good old Wyoming boy right out of Sheridan. In fact, I believe when I was in middle school or high school, we hunted on his parents' ranch outside
Oh yeah,
of Sheridan.
hell yeah.
But anyway, he has a song called Cow Shit in the Morning, right? And he talks about how this girl he's with, she just wasn't cut out for the ranch life, okay? And he
Not
says,
for everyone.
my favorite line in that song, I'd rather smell cow shit in the morning than put up with her bullshit every night.
Oh,
was like, oh,
that's pretty good.
That's good. I love it.
See, that's
But that's how cowboys are, man. They
Yep.
they don't put up with it. Like,
And I mean, if you're a true cowboy and you own a ranch and you're in the business of selling cattle or you know whatever it is, raising horses or whatever the fact may be, cow shit and horse shit, that smell is money. That's a smell of money. You wake up in the morning and your field smells like a bunch of manure. You're like,
and to be honest, it
sweet
doesn't
money, baby.
smell well. Depending
Horse shit.
I worked on a horse ranch.
I worked on a horse shit.
I was shoveling shit
Yeah,
for a long
yeah.
time, but
Yeah.
worked on that horse ranch, and they were breeding racehorses, so they got special
Oh,
for
yeah.
the diets.
Yep.
You
You get
God,
them,
that special, like,
you get them real green
you ever
horse
get the
shits.
fiber farts? Yeah, it's about like that times 100. Okay, it's fucking horrible.
Oh, okay. Well,
But-
that conversation went from
Yeah.
left to right to up to down real fast. I
Real
mean, that
fast.
just we're all over the place here. Okay. Welcome to 307 Reacts.
Let's finish it out.
Finish it
shall
out. Okay.
Your ass. We ain't riding horses, we ain't living on a ranch. Cause mama, we ain't cowboys, we just brought the wild, wild west. Mama, we ain't cowboys, we just like the hats. But meet us on a country road and boy will beat your ass. We ain't riding horses, we ain't living on a ranch. Cause mama, we ain't cowboys, we just brought the wild, wild west back.
You pretty dancer, Nick. Okay,
He
You
killed it. I
pretty
was just gonna
dancer.
say, man, he killed that choreography. It looks like he's right out of the West. Well, I guess he's from Texas, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is he? Yeah. So I mean, he probably knows a thing or two about living on a ranch, you know?
He knows a thing or two about line dancing.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah, for
So,
sure, man. Well, that was awesome. That was great.
Yeah.
I don't know.
5 out of 5.
Yeah,
man.
it's just a 5 out of 5 performance.
5 out of 5.
Easy listening, great video. They always kill it with their sets and their ideas.
I have a feeling that you kind of have this overlap, right? Where country rap really became a big thing with Ryan Upchurch. And then Ryan Upchurch and Adam did some songs together. Like one of the biggest songs they ever did was Die Tonight. It has
Oh, yeah.
millions of views.
Yeah.
So so you have those two connected, and then Tom and Adam have like multiple albums together. Okay, so I'm sure there's somebody in the comments somewhere that's like, oh, I can't believe he's trying to do country rap. And it's like he's saying in the song, like, we're not country, we're not cowboys, but like we get along with the country boys and the the way that the ranchers and farmers get down because we share the same view on the world. And
I didn't hear country rap in that. It's definitely hip hop. Like that's very much hip hop.
Oh, and it was cool to see Dax in there too.
Oh yeah,
I was sad he didn't rap. Like,
yeah, that's too bad. It's cool that he did a guest star. Cool that Tom's sister did a guest star as well. Like it's cool little Easter eggs in there.
Yeah.
I love that when Dax is looking at he's all, his head's so big. Like. That's another one that we need to get back on the screen. We got to figure out if we can do that or what his.
He has one with. Okay, so there's this girl on Instagram I've been following for a while, and she would kind of just do videos of her singing on her phone, and then she started like trying to get into studios and record stuff, and like she had a couple singles, and her and Dax did a song together, and as far as I know, the little clips that I've seen is pretty good. Okay. But I'll have to see if we can get away with it.
Yeah, if you don't know, Dax he's had some deals go down where his licensing has changed on some stuff.
Like I think it's kind of like a Jelly Roll thing where he's not necessarily signed, but he does have a distribution deal.
Okay.
Kind of, from what I understand, is how that works. So.
It's up in the air whether or not
with Jelly Roll, it always goes pretty good. We end up just sharing with him, and it is what it is. With Dax, we've had it go both ways, where it just gets blocked or.
And like our last Jelly Roll video was partially blocked. It's blocked in Russia and Bulgaria, but we were able to get it out everywhere else, I guess. Yeah. And apparently other people are having issues with getting that out. So I don't know why it worked on our channel and it's not working other places. But it's a toss up. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We'll have to just shoot one and have a backup one just in case. Like maybe shoot an extra one on a week and just in case that one posts and then it doesn't go through. Yeah. Maybe we can throw it on Patreon or something like that. Yeah, anyways, 5 out of 5 from Tom and Nova. They kill it every single time. They're super hard workers. They create great music and I'm super proud of them. Yeah. I hope they keep it up. And if you want me to do a drum cover to this one, because it would be really easy and real quick, let me know. I'll throw one up on my personal page. I'll just do it on the e-kit like I did the Rejects one. We'll just do it that way. Easy.
Yeah. If you guys enjoyed today's episode as much as we did, be sure to leave a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Smash that subscribe button. Click the bell.
Yeah.
Become part of the
notification gang.
We'll see y'all next time.
Yeah. What was that?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Sometimes it just comes out of left field. What do you do? I don't know.
Sometimes it's just there, man.
Okay.
Fuck, Brendan Hart sent me.